Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. I want to walk you through a little bit about how I approach the library's website and how I search for specific articles and things like that that might be helpful. First and foremost, they have a chat with us feature where you can either chat now, schedule a meeting, or no thanks. That would be very helpful for you, especially if you have questions about a specific article that you're needing or a type of journal that you're looking at, things like that. So right now I'm gonna click no thanks, but that option is still down here for me. So again, it's library.ollusa.edu. So the primary section that you're gonna be using on the library website is probably databases right here. So this is how I approach my research that I'm doing when I'm wanting to look up some different articles about something. I start with Academic Search Complete. So I click on that one right there and it will load up this screen right here that looks like this. So I want to search for a few more databases than just Academic Search Complete. So I'm going to click Choose Databases right here. And depending on the type of work that I'm looking up, I usually click Soc Index. That has to do with a lot of, you click right here, it'll give you a description, a lot of sociology texts. So if you are doing something with education or teachers or something like that, ERIC is a good one. The Education Resource Information Center, so that one I don't usually click on unless it is, again, something that is specific to education that I'm needing. Health Source are things that you might look at if you're doing some kind of research within the medical profession. Medline as well. APA PsycInfo is sometimes one that I select. Again, all of these have a little background information here for you if you click on this button right here. So the main ones that I usually click Soc Index. I almost always click Family Study Abstracts and Race Relation Abstracts. If it's something specific with the criminal justice system, Criminal Justice Abstracts. And then I scroll down and just kind of look for other ones that I might want to click on. And I don't think there's anything else that I want at this time. So again, there's lots of different options for you to select depending on the needs of your search. So just generic ones, these are some of the ones that I might do. So then your key terms are going to be very important. So if I type in social work, what I typically do, you see this drop-down menu. I look at what the drop-down menu has, and so I will usually look and see, so social work, social workers, social work practice. So I usually click on one of these drop-down menus that have a little bit more, more key phrases. So for my research class that I teach, I encourage students to, one of the primary ones is to look up social work, but then they are also supposed to find interventions for a specific population. So let's say, let's do teen pregnancy. So again, if you type in teen pregnancy, it comes up with adolescent pregnancy or teenage pregnancy. So I'm going to click on that one with the more search terms to be more inclusive of lots of different options. And then I'm going to type in interventions. So, you know, I typically do intervention strategies or best practices. You can kind of scroll down and look to see which kind of keywords you want to search for, but I'm going to just do this top one right here. If you want a very specific phrase, you put it in quotation marks. So the year, I typically do things within the last 10 years at the most, so 2009 or 2010. I don't think 2020 has a whole lot of research published yet, but if you just leave it blank, then it will do it to the most current. You do want scholarly peer-reviewed journals right here. If you click full text, that will give you only the results that the library has PDFs of on hand right now. So I'm not going to click that one because I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that the library can get you some articles, even if they don't have the text right on hand this very instant. So So that's all I'm gonna do for right now. Scholarly peer reviewed from 2009 to present. Got a lot of different search terms and I have a lot of different databases. So this is probably gonna be a pretty big search. So let's see what happens. Then you cross your fingers and pray to the research gods. So as you can see, it came up with 255 different articles. You can sort it by publication date if you want some things that are more recent. You certainly can do that. And so if we scroll down, you know, I just kind of look at a lot of the titles. I look at a lot of the abstracts initially. I also sometimes look at some of the key terms because maybe I need to change one of my key terms to something that the article has instead of what I put. Mental health needs of low-income pregnant teens. That looks like a pretty good one. But as you can see, there is no PDF full text of this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. And what it says is full text at OLLU. So you can click right here at this full text at OLLU. And you can request that they get it for you. So get it for me. Let's see what this pops up. So sometimes this is already pre-filled out. They automatically copy this article that you were searching for and put it in here. Sometimes it's not. So sometimes really they just need the journal title and the article title. So the journal title, this is in research on social work practice. So you would copy and paste that. And then the title is mental health needs of low-income pregnant teens. So that would go right there as well. There's other things that you can include, but the journal title and the title of the article are the two biggest things. So then you just fill out things in here. Do not put anything about how much you would be willing to pay. And then you just hit submit request, and they try and get these back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So if it is something that you're doing a research project on and you have a little bit of time for, absolutely do interlibrary loan requests and get it for me, and our wonderful librarians can get that for you. So let's go back to this article. So I want to give you a little tip for APA formatting. When I click on an article, and I know it's something that I'm going to be using in a research paper, if you hit cite right here, this gives you all of the different formats that you can cite this paper in. So looky there. It does have APA. Now, most of the time, there are very small problems with some of these things. So for example, in APA, the title, only the first letter is supposed to be capitalized, and the first letter after a colon is supposed to be capitalized. So you can copy and paste this, and then you can go through and just change all of the first letters to be lowercase. But that is a good way to kind of quickly see the format of what APA is supposed to look like. So let's show you another example. So this is back to my search list, and here is one where they do have the full text. If I click on that, it will show me the article in a PDF. If I click on this right here, I can also, over here on the side, right here it says cite. So I would click on that. And again, it's not always perfect, and there may be things that you need to tweak about it. Like for example, again, they capitalized every single letter. So you may want to go and make sure that it is correct, but it gives you a good starting point where you can copy and paste this into references. So that is my APA tip of the day, let's call it. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is kind of how I start doing a lot of my research. And then I will look at, what I found. I will look at some of these key terms to determine if I need to change some of my key terms up a little bit. If I need to be stricter about having a smaller number of articles, I might put something in quotation marks so that I only want things that have social work in them. So that only pulls things that are specifically have social work either in the title. So that reduced it down to 181. So just different things like that you can do. If you have any questions or you need any help at all, I would be happy to try and help you get something. And there are also some phenomenal librarians that we have who I'm sure would also be happy to help you as well. So that's our quick library database searching 101. So if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. And thank you very much. I appreciate it.